Isaiah 14. It says here, verse 8, yea, the fir tree rejoiced at thee. So the other trees, they're going to be happy when new modern day Babylon falls. And the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming, which is the grave, death. It stirred up the dead for thee. The nations that are now unstable and stuff like that, they're basically dead. They have no power. It's just like how you have the Israelites that have no knowledge, wisdom, understanding of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai. Even though they are alive, they're dead. For example, here, Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So are the Israelites dead? Yes. Are the rest of the heathen nations dead? Yes, because Isaiah 25:7. Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's bullshit. Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. So these nations don't dwell in understanding of anything upon the planet Earth concerning the Heavenly Father. That's what I mean. They're smart in making chips and all that. They're making computers very small, very, very small. Right? They're smart in doing all those type of things, but they're stupid because they don't understand the Heavenly Father. Yeah? And they don't know who the Israelites are. Romans chapter. Well, the elites know. They know. But the rest of the leaders, they don't know, man. They don't know. But they're slowly but surely waking up to a certain degree. They're kind of waking up. But yeah, they're dead. They're dead. And the woman, for example, here, she that liveth in pleasure. So she's alive. She's alive. She's having fun. Her back is being blown up left and right. You know, 1 Timothy 5:6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. When you're looking at her, she's having fun. She's smiling. She's huffing and puffing. You know, all that there. You know, they're looking like they're having fun and all that there. But she's actually dead. Once you start to get a little bit, not a little bit older, but once you start to get up in this truth, you're gonna look at women different. Like, why you just like that? But I'm not saying anything. I'm just thinking about it. Like, I already know. So you're gonna understand that their mind is totally warped. It's in another dimension, basically. But enough of that. Right. So they're dead. So it stirred up the dead for thee. Why? Because the heathen nations are. Wait. It's going to explain. So it says right here. Even all the chiefs of the earth, those are the dead ones that it's talking about here, and they're going to be stirred up. And who's going to stir them up? Stir it up. I remember that song. 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 1 Chronicles chapter 5 verse 26. And the power of Israel, Yahweh, stirred up the spirit of Pul, king of Assyria, and the spirit of Tilgath-Pilneser, king of Assyria. And he carried them away, even the Reubenites, and the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and brought them unto Halah, and Habor, and Hara, and to the river Gozan. Unto this day he enslaved them. But who did it? Stirred up. Move or cause to move slightly. Well, in this case, it wasn't slightly because they came like a tornado. They came like a cloud of thunder. The Most High stirred them up. That's the point. So now it says here, it stirred up the dead for thee. For who? Ancient Babylon, yes, but nowadays modern Babylon. Even all the chief ones of the earth. It's starting here, not starting, but it's already here also. It's very far concerning the earth's rare materials that these Moabites have in their control compared to the rest of the world. This is why they fear China. They're not afraid of China because of anything else. They're afraid of their power because they know their money is God. You can do a lot of things with money. That's why our people sell their souls for money. In America, for example, not only there, by the way, but they sell their souls for money. You know, because money is power to them. Either you serve Mammon or you serve the Most High. And this one is serving Mammon, definitely. And these ones are serving Mammon too. Right. But also, in that country that I showed you from the beginning, which is here maybe? No? Well, here, this one. This one is also fighting about mineral resources, and it's about like a certain percentage of the world's income of mineral resources is there. The biggest... No, it's not that one over there. It's let me see, percentage. I think it's this one.
Even further to more than $25 billion next year in 2025. As a percentage of GDP spent on the military, Algeria...
No, that's not what I want. Let me see. It's said to be here that they have... Wait. Okay. So I typed in, what natural minerals does Western Sahara have? This one popped up. I know it, but I don't remember it. But I know, if I see the word, then I know, oh, that's it. Phosphate. And I also Googled, what is phosphate and what can you do with it? I forgot what it is, but you can look it up for yourself. I already did it in another video, but I can't remember. But you can look it up. It's just on YouTube. You could just type in, what can you do with phosphate? You know, I can do it for you. I mean, like, here, let me see. It's food, yeah, food. Commonly for fertilizers and stuff like that. Animal feed and all these type of things. But it's a rock, just like salt. Just like salt, it's a rock. Used to make urine more acid. You can do things with it. You know, it's for electronics. I was thinking of electrolytes. Cosmetics, they use it in cosmetics, they use it in food. It's essential to life. Found in rock deposits. It's a rock. It's just like salt, sea salt, Himalaya salt, which is, yeah, sea salt too. But it's a rock. That's what it is. But you can eat it. You can use it to do certain things. And how much percentage of this rock is in the land? Look, let me just read it. Western Sahara is, by the way, where the Jacob descendants were. Here. The Moors were in Western Sahara. They were in Mauritania, well, whatever. There's Mauritania, damn. Can't. Anyway. And parts of Algeria, Western Sahara, Tunisia, Morocco, Niger, Mali, and of course a few more, but yeah. When we go back to over here. So, it says here, Western Sahara, Africa's last colony, 72% of world's phosphorus, I don't know how you pronounce it, but yeah, it's this thing. Phosphosite rich. It's phosphosite rich. Phosphate or something like that. It's rich in this. The majority of the people on the planet Earth don't know what this is. I didn't know neither. I looked it up and I still can't pronounce the word. I need a lawyer for that thing. Present. He needs to be present because I can't pronounce it. I still can't. I know it for a while now. Still can't pronounce it. Anyway, that's the reason why they are there fighting there, here. And who is fighting there? Russia and America and Europe. They're the main corporates behind everything. Yeah. And here again, once more. And every war that you have nowadays, the modern wars, are Esau. Whether it be Esau of Greece, Esau of Russia, or Esau of America and Europe, or Europe. Sometimes they're together, sometimes they're loose. Like France and Niger, that's loose from America. They just the devil on their own. Greedy, and they want that money, or actually the mineral resources, to wherewith they can make money upon their own people, because they're going to charge them. They're going to charge them for electricity. They're going to make it high, and then they're going to basically bank in and live wealthy and just beyond their own imagination. Psalm 73 explains to you, like, what he's doing makes no sense whatsoever. Like, it makes no sense. But yeah, they want to make everybody a slave, including their own people, but they want to exterminate the nation of Israel, by the way, if you didn't know. They don't just want to make slaves out of us. They want to exterminate us. And this is the soldier, or the general captain thing, that took down the house person that was in that land, given, well, not him, but he was given in France the opportunity to steal without the people making money, and the people suffering. Same thing that they did with Iran. Okay. So now going back to over here, sorry. So even all the chief ones of the earth, what will the chief ones of the earth do? The leaders of the earth. This is one of the chief ones of the earth. He's not one of the top chief ones, but he stood his ground against France. And other countries are backing him up too. Like, no. We ain't gonna let this shit slide. We're not gonna just sit back and watch this guy being railroaded by the French of his own mineral resources. It's just like in Iran. It's their oil. And now you want to fight them because they don't want to give up the oil. And it's not that they didn't want to give it up. They wanted them to pay me for the things that you're stealing out of my country, and then making yourself, your own country, greater than you already were. Before that, through rape, rob, and murder, by the way, of other countries. So now you're coming to us doing the same thing to make yourself even greater than you already were, through the rape, rob, murder that you was already doing before you came here and started stealing. Right, so going back to over here. Even all the chief ones of the earth will be stirred up by the Heavenly Father, just like how he stirred them up when he sent them against the Israelites that was sinning at that time in the book of 1 Chronicles chapter 5. Even all the chief ones of the earth. It had raised up, hell is going to be raised up. It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. The Most High is going to bring the grave into their mind, meaning when they see Esau, they're going to want to kill. They're going to want to put you in the grave, right? Verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? That's exactly what's happening right now. Art thou become like unto us? This is going on here. And it's going to say it too. Wait, let me go on.
They have not done that by accident. They've done it for power and control. It gives them massive negotiating power and massive leverage.
That is what China has. China has a lot of power now because they're looking at America like, you need to lick my boots from time to time. You give me all these sanctions left and right, but okay, I'm gonna cut you with that then too. It's a whole war going on, man. Financially, eventually it's going to be physical.
Control a critical ingredient in EVs, batteries, and defense equipment. If they also control TSMC, that's a huge economic move, and it would.
And this is one of the reasons why China wants to invade Taiwan, and that's why you had Hillary Clinton go in there. No. Wait. I think it was Biden. What am I doing here? That's not Biden, Clinton, man. I think it was this one 3 years ago, and I think it was this one actually 2 or 3 years ago. They went over there. Or was it last year? Damn, it was all these 3 years then. But I remember doing a video about it, that they went over there and China was looking really angry about, what are you doing here? Because they had their little soldiers already doing drills over there because they wanted to invade them because they want that chip. You know, it's all about greed and money, Lord willing. Yeah, it's all gonna happen in the beauty of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. When you read the wars of the scriptures, you already anticipate, like, man, this is gonna be a great fight, man. You know, because the Most High is behind all this, and then through the understanding, we know, like, hey, don't worry about it, man. The Most High, you look, if he gets left out, you gets left out, man. Most High probably laughing at you and stuff like that. But hey. You know, that's what it is. That's what it is. Job chapter 9, verse 22. He laugheth at the trial of the innocent. And if you die, he laughs at you. So, yeah.
Really weaken the West. It's really quite crazy. They take this...
And it's not on a mean tip, but because you'd be rather dead than, you know, go back to the spirit world. It's not a big deal. You know, a lot of people don't want to die, which is understandable. You know, they want to live, but and the other ones, they want to see the fall of their enemy, which is 100% understandable. But Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 or 4 explains to you, like, the Most High taketh the good away because he doesn't want your soul to be spoiled, or he doesn't want you to go through bad things. So he just come sleep with me, and you're not dead, you're sleeping. But it's for the people upon the planet Earth, it's fucked up. But the people that are in the know, yeah, they're not really worried about that. They be thinking like, well, at least I got something to do, you know, because there's a body for me up there waiting. And if I die in this truth, it's going to be more doper than a sack of Yola Holer. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good, man.
Economic move, and it would really weaken the West. It's really quite crazy. They take this...
This is the point. Sorry, I'm stopping a lot. Forgive me for that. I will put the link in the description box, Lord willing, as I always do. So you can check it out for yourself. This is open source. I learned that from... I did it a long time ago, but I never knew that they called it open source. Meaning, everything that I research and just do, where I get my information from. If I have it, I'll put it there. Just for you to go check it out yourself. That's open source. Right. I didn't know that, by the way. Some guys just said it because I was watching videos, and then the guy said, like, but now I know he says it in many videos, but I didn't see that. I never knew him. And then now I watch a lot of his videos, and he always says at the end, you know, this is open source. And then I was like, what the fuck is open source? I hear that word a lot. And then he said, look, I always put my, no, he said this. You know, I'm open source, and you can find all my links and my in the description box. And then I watched another video, and then he said it again. And then I put 2 and 2 together, like, oh, so open source is when you just freely give your stuff so that everybody else can get the same information as you. You show them where you get it from and all that type of stuff, right? So that's open source. I didn't know that. You probably knew it. I didn't know it. So anyway.
One little island off their coast... That's a huge economic move, and it would really weaken the West.
It would really weaken the West. That's the point that I'm going toward again. Here, I'm going to go again to Isaiah 14, but that was the word that I was looking for in order for me to keep on reading in Isaiah 14, verse 10. All them, the kings, the chiefs of the earth, all the other weaker nations that have been weakened by America. As you can see, the British Empire, for example, here, the British Empire had rulership over all these places. Damn, where did I saw it? Where did I see it? Sorry. I saw it right here. It's not here. There was a oh yeah, look at it here. That's what I want. Here. Wait, let me. Okay. Where you see them crowns and stuff like that, that's where the the Empire of England had their paws in their mineral resource in their pockets. They had their paws in their pockets. You know, the mineral resources. I'm not even seeing. Oh, this is Australia. I was looking for something else. Sorry, I said I was not even seeing South America, but they have it because they got the you have French Guyana here, and then you have English Guyana, and then you have Dutch Guyana, and then you have Spanish Guyana. because the Spaniards came over here and raped, murdered there, and learned everybody their language. So if I was to go to the, I think my right, I would go to English. And if I was to go to my left, I would go to France, or maybe vice versa. I forgot about it. And then the other one, it would be Spanish. Yeah, okay, yeah, I got it right here. So, yeah. So, So, oh no, I said it wrong. My left is the English Guyana. Here is the Dutch Guyana. Here is the French Guyana. Here is the Portuguese Guyana. Let me make it bigger for you. Okay. So here is the Spanish Guyana. They speak Spanish there. Here is the English Guyana, where Britain and Georgetown. You can see that stupid ass name, George. What the fuck is that? Anyway, here you have the Dutch Guyana, but you see the name Para Mar Ibo. You see the Ibo there. Ibo. That's where I'm from. And then you have the Guyana, French Guyana, where the French people have their shit. And yeah, this is claimed by Suriname. Actually, it is the same country, but don't give fuck. What they did was, these were the same people. But these filthy fucking apes, they set us up against each other and made us fight against each other. But the bigger relations that we do have is Guyana, because French is alienated because of the language. It's not that they're enemies or something. I never met a French Guyana that was enemies. As a matter of fact, all of them actually do come to Suriname and live there, but not all of them. But I mean, like, you know, whatever. The point is that French is an alienated language. It's very it doesn't even belong in South America, man. So I can't communicate with them. But this one is easy. The Spanish one, I can't communicate with them. The Portuguese, I can't communicate with them neither. So, but some people here, they can. And the country is bigger than you think. But some people here, they can. I'm from here. But some people here, they can, because it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, look, they can understand Spanish and Portuguese and stuff like that. But the Portuguese and the Spanish cannot understand them. It's crazy. It's very crazy. Because this language, it's like upper theirs. No, well, not Guyana, sorry. That's English. Well, I just understand that. We understand that easy. But this one here and this one here, and it's kind of crazy to explain. I can't explain it myself. I have ideas, but I'm going to leave that to myself. But the point is that they can understand them a little bit, but they cannot understand them. So, because these people use words that they know. And there are different tribes up in this. I understand a few languages, not too much, bro. Cause yeah, but one of them I understand, like what, 90% or something like that, 80%, and the other one I just say like 10%, man. I don't know nothing about that one. Yeah, cause they live really down south, and yeah, that's like in America. A lot of people from North America, north of North America, they never went to the south, and when they do, they find them talking funny. They got an accent. A lot of times they mock them. I'm not mocking the people here, but I'm just giving you an example of the same thing happens in America, where you have the people in America speak a different way in the north of America, and the people in the south of America, they have a different accent. And sometimes the people in the north of America, they can't understand, or they hardly understand. They really gotta be like, what did you just say? Stuff like that, you know. They can't. Here you could see it again. Here you have the English, the Dutch, and the French. They dominate these places over here, and then they separated us. Now we can't really understand one another. But it's the Most High, you know. It's eventually the Most High. So let me go back to over here. So it says right here. Yeah, verse 10, Isaiah 14 and 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave. All your pride is going to be stomped out and brought to death, basically, to the ground. And the noise of thy vials. What is the noise of Esau's vials? His authority, his power. As soon as somebody in another nation hears, oh, the caucus is coming around, they start dressing better. They start standing up straight, trying to be impressed. But that's the beautiful music of Esau. That's what I'll say it like that. Their beautiful music, because America is music to a lot of people's ears outside of America and stuff like that. But a lot of people hate America too. Don't get me wrong. It's just for them suckers that believe in the American dream and all that type of stuff. But the nations are waking up nowadays. Like, no, these people are the devil and they're evil and they're just wicked. But yeah, your beautiful music is gonna turn to turn that shit down, man. That's what it's gonna turn into. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So it's only death is there, of dead bodies and stuff like that. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Niger was being made weak by France, for example, which is in cahoots with Europe, and Europe is in cahoots with America. So it's all of these motherfuckers. They're weakening the nations, but now the nations have a little bit more backbone and stability and a staff, a crutch that they can lean on, and they are now able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Well, against his forces, I should say. Because, in order to be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, you need to have this truth. Because even if you are military strong, that doesn't ensure that you're not going to take the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, up in your right hand or in your forehead, behind your head, which is a brain chip. And he's going to be doing miracles, making people walk again, making people see again with those chips. Those are one of the many wonders that he's going to come up with. But yeah.
Taking to the streets of the capital Niamey.
I don't have to show this. The point is, I'll leave this in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. These are all small clips, news clips, to show you that they want to fight because they don't have the mineral resources and they want to murder. That's what the caucus is all about. Murder, death, kill. All right, Demolition Man. He's the original Demolition Man. They just break shit. And yeah, that's what they do. That's what they're the destroyers of the earth. Going back to over here. Well, I don't need to read this anymore, actually. Let me finish this off. It's more. But I don't want to make this video too long, as I always do. But this time I thought to myself a little bit slower. A little bit shorter, sorry. Yeah, okay, cool.
Really quite crazy. They take this one little island off their coast and the West is in big trouble. And that's
just like how the Heavenly Father has one little cornerstone, and when you take that away, the entire earth crumbles. And that cornerstone is Yahweh Shai. So once Yahweh Shai wakes up and moves, all you mother busters are gonna fall, and then he's the reason why you're gonna fall, because he's gonna smash that empire down. The clay and the iron.
That's why I think we as investors need to be really careful about this one choke point of the whole AI economy. Remove one tiny little island off the coast of China and Nvidia's chips stop, Apple's chips stop, and then you have to deal with the flow-on effect into Amazon, Microsoft.
What do you think that they're going to do? I'm going to give you a hint, and then I'm going to tell you. Maybe if you're paying attention, even if you're listening. Of course, well, let me go here. Okay, what happened when they wanted to stop them? What happened? They wanted to fight. They wanted to murder them. What happened here when they wanted to fight? Wars broke out, and these wars have been going on since the 1940s or something like that. But it's getting bigger because they keep on finding more phosphate or whatever that thing is. You pronounce it, but they keep on finding more because it's now at 72%, but it could be, yeah, I thought to myself, like, I read somewhere that it is higher. Which country mines 75% of the world's phosphate? Morocco. Yeah, but it's not Morocco. It's Morocco that's actually holding ground in Western Sahara, because Morocco is here. As you can see it here. There you go. Here you go. Morocco is here. Western Sahara border is what these fuckers cross. Fuck these people, because they're in cahoots with, you know who? You know who, right? They're in cahoots with Amalek. They're in cahoots. Well, this is them. This is their thing, their flag. If I'm correct, this is Spain. Let me see. Yeah, this way. So they're in cahoots with Europe, France, and of course America. And who are the Western Sahara people? This is their fucking land, man. This is just crazy. Like, they're stealing, but then but here you have Algeria, which is at war with Morocco, because, well, why do you think? Because they house monkeys to them, to the Algerians. I met an Algerian one day, right? And they look exactly like Moroccans, man. But this one was a little bit darker. So I asked him, so are you Moroccan? He got offended, man. And I was, oh shit. But he was an older man, you know, he was like maybe in his 50s, something like that, you know. And he was selling on leather jackets, because they really got that shit on lock, man. Here in the Netherlands, they got all these leather jackets, man. They're selling it hella cheap. I'm looking at them like, where the fuck you get that shit from? It's from their country, man. They have a lot of animals over there. They have a lot of sheep that they, of course, slaughter, and then they take the sheep, because they do these things and stuff like. But they take the sheep and then they make clothing. So they get it. I think they're cheap from there. I don't know. I think so. I never asked them, but I was talking to him, and then I asked him, like, so where you from? Morocco? He got offended, man. He said, no, I'm not from Morocco, man. You know, his voice, I already knew, like, oh shit. But they do look alike, you know. Hey, I don't know. And then he said, nah, I'm from Algeria and stuff like that. And from there on, I started to look it up. I looked at it. Oh. Then I looked up people in Algeria and stuff like that. They look like Moroccans sometimes when you look at them, you know. Here, for example, this one looks Moroccan. They look Moroccan to me, you know. They motherfucking look Moroccan to me. You have dark ones too, for example here, but these are from Morocco. These are Berbers, and this you can see, but it's kind of messed up quality. I can make it better actually. Wait a minute. Right, as you can see, yeah, as you can see here, you can see that she looks like a so-called black woman. The grandmother looks like that too, and this is the husband most likely. Here you have the son or daughter. I think it's a son. But yeah, so you have these types that live in Morocco. Of course, this is a painting. And yeah, this one is damn. I didn't fix this one up. I wasn't thinking and looking. Then you have these types that look like this one, but you have these ones like I just showed you here. Wait a minute, damn. Right. Sorry. Here, a little bit more, you know, seeable. And here you have these type of guys. I made it a little bit more seeable, visible, instead of this. But anyway, what do they look like? They look like their mother is a Edomite and their father is a Jacob descendant. That's what they look like. A lot of guys in America look like this when they're so-called mixed bred. Here in the Netherlands too, by the way. A lot of mixed so-called bred people with their father Jacob, whatever, and the mother being Caucasus female, a Edomite. When they go to Morocco, these people start talking Moroccan to them because they look like them. Yeah. I've seen a few too. I look at them like you guys look like Moroccans, but they don't. They're not Moroccans. Their father is a Jacob descendant and their mother is an Edomite. But this is not that. This is a person from Morocco itself. So, but yeah, his forefather most likely goes to Jake, but that's another story. But yeah, you have these type of people up in that country, You have a vast difference between colors and stuff, like dark. You got brown. You got the pale ones. The pale Moroccan look like Edomites. Of course, Esau went up in there too. And yeah, that's it. But anyway, so they look alike to me. I wouldn't know the difference sometimes. But yeah, that's so. Anyway, so let me. You have, some of them are brown. Some of them are darker brown, actually. This one looked like she might be a Latin. If she was in America, you might think she's one of the Latin-speaking tribes. You got those lookalikes also over there. Especially if she doesn't straighten her hair, you can see that this is not her original hair. You can see it. You see that it looks burnt, and you can see it here too. Because normally their hair is like this. This is their hair. This is their hair. But when they straighten it, they look like this. That's not their real hair. This is their real hair. Not this. This is fake. Even though you have some of them that do look like this. You have some of them that their hair is straight. But normally, you even have the dark Jacob woman. This is the Algerian woman. If they don't straighten their hair, this is how their hair looks. But yeah, anyway. So these are the Jacob descendants that lived there. As you can see in the history that the Moors came from there. Right, okay, enough all that talking. And I think I'm done. I think I'm done. But the point is, what do you think is going to war? That's the point. War is going to happen once these the Chinese invade Taiwan, because now Esau's thinking about my money. He's gonna go crazy, man. He doesn't. And by the way, if you watch these documentaries, you will see that they're actively blocking here. Because the chips are being... US wants Dutch supplier to stop selling chip making gear to China. Why? Because they don't want them to get the power. It's like a jock blocker, when you're trying to get that girl, and then the other girlfriend, she's blocking you. She's fucking with you. She's like, hey, what? Hey, get the fuck out the way, refrigerator. I want to talk to your friend. I don't want to talk to you. But they're blocking. They hate you. They're blocking. They be like, no, I don't want you to. No, he's evil. You just stay single like me. Stuff like that. But that's exactly what America is doing to the Netherlands. And yeah, they actually are still selling, but they're selling not the new one. Netherlands are still selling. ASML. I think it was the 7mm ones. Okay, so it says the Dutch government excludes most, see, not all of them, most ASML sales to China dual use export data. So they're not blocking all of them. They're only blocking the new one, because the new ones are, in Esau's eyes, too powerful. Here, so it says it right here. So it says right here, but ASML has never been able to ship its most advanced machines to China. But they do. Excuse me. Wait, which percentage of ASML sales are from China? They still have these. They have the older chips. They sell them the older chips, but they're not selling them the new one because America don't want to. And it's not just America, it's other European countries that are all, the governments and stuff like that. They're all in together with it. Breaks US orders. What? I didn't know that.
You weren't supposed to see this coming.
Breaks U.S. orders. China secure 7 billion ban tech as 320 billion chip war erupts. Well, I guess I have something to watch. I did not know this. I just found it out. Okay, cool. Yeah, they had to. But okay, that was a year ago. Oh, okay, now this is 5 months ago. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, that's cool. U.S. wants ban. This is in July. Let's input something. I do know that they banned them from selling the new ones, the top tier ones. They don't want that. They want them to have the 7 millimeters, but not the 5, and definitely not the 2 millimeters. Oh, boy, because China is going to fuck them over. Because China is already the Most High is causing the weak to be. Look what they have. This is beautiful. Let them fight each other. The Most High is gearing them up toward each other for war. And that's a beautiful thing, you know? Here, let me leave it up with this one. I think I have it somewhere here. Matthew 24:7. For nation 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. The point is, see that ye be not troubled. Don't be troubled of this, man. Look, we are in the flesh, so you might, oh shit, what the fuck? You know, let's say you wake up and you see a spider dangling in front of your face. You go, hey, what the fuck, man? You know, it's not that you're scared of him, but you know, you're gonna get shocked, like, hey, what the fuck? He's not really gonna do anything. You just don't want him to touch it. You know? But anyway, so once that time comes, you might shock, you might, hey, what the fuck? You know, but you know, don't be like, oh my goodness, don't do that one, you know. Revelation chapter 3 verse 10, because thou hast kept the patience of my word. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. The word, because when you are in this truth, you need to have a lot of patience, man. And even if you don't have it, fuck it, you're gonna have to have it, man. You're gonna have to, because nothing is gonna come to you just like that. It's going to take time. If it comes, it's going to take time, you know? It's going on. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. The Most High is going to keep you from that, man. When everybody is tempted to take that RFID chip, you're not going to take it because you're going to be like, nah, I'm good. You got your, you can do it. You got you. You got you. I got me. Actually, the Lord got you, but you don't have to tell him that. It's like give not thy pearls unto swine. You don't have to tell him anything. Let not thy left hand know what your right hand is doing. You don't have to tell him anything. Just be like, you got this, okay? You can take that. Anyway, you might be like, wait a minute, ain't you supposed to tell him? I just told you, don't give your pearls unto swine. You shouldn't tell everybody. They know. You already talked about it, you know. They see you on the corners and they're talking. If they know you, they're gonna ask you, hey, what are you doing there? Oh yeah, I'm teaching. So they know. They should know. They should know better, you know. You already warned them, and if not you, then somebody else did it. Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So everybody's going to be tested, yes, but the Most High is going to put a certain type of spirit on a few individuals to resist the devil in the physical form, not just in your mind. Yeah. And the 144,000, and the 1/3, which is the innumerable multitude, they're also going to have that spirit of resisting the devil in the physical form with his RFID chip. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So when you see these wars and rumors of wars, that's not the end. It's just it's not the end. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And that's it. The beginning of sorrows, man. You know? So, sorry. So with that, I think, let me see. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom. And, I'll put this link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. I haven't seen it, so I'm about to go, check it out. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.